From Tarkov has come into Steam, and we continue to get more details that we have really never seen before. One of the biggest topics of discussion now that are out with the Steam release is going to be the minimum required specs versus the recommended specs, and the absolute vast difference there is between the two of them. Let's start with the minimum required specs. Are going to be a 1660 GPU and an AMD 53600 to be able to quote-unquote play the game. Honestly, it's absolutely crazy that that's the minimum required stuff. Considering we're in 50 series GPUs now, I don't know how they could consider that the minimum required specs to play this game. I don't think that you're going to be able to play Escape from Tarkov, Streets of Tarkov, for example. That is one of the most dependent, resource-intensive maps on the game. And being able to play that map on those specs with a playable frame rate does not seem something viable in my opinion. And I really think that this is an absolute blunder on their part. I don't know if their idea with this was to be able to, maximize sales, but I think this is going to lead to more people being able to buy the game and just refunding the game, being able to not really play it to its maximum efficiency and not really able to enjoy it in a playable state with the frame rate. Although I do think Escape from Tarkov runs a lot better now, I think listing this as the minimum required specs is honestly kind of just a miss on their part. And the crazy part about that is the jump up with the recommended specs. It's going to be a 4070 GPU with an i7-14700F as the processor. That is miles above what you're going to be able to get with the minimum recommended specs. But on top of that, I don't think that most people these days are even running still 40 series GPUs, or if they're running the latest Intel processor. And on top of that, it's recommended 64 gigabytes of RAM compared to the 16 for the minimum. I don't think that, I would say about 85% of people who PC game don't have 64 gigabytes of RAM. So the fact that that's in the recommended specs is honestly wild to me. That just shows how intensive and how resource hungry Escape from Tarkov is, and honestly how not optimized it is. So we'll have to wait and see what comes out with that, with the minimum versus the recommended specs. So with all those details, what are your thoughts with all the latest news coming out for Escape from Tarkov with the minimum versus recommended specs? Share them down below in the comments, guys. Make sure you share this with a friend, and obviously make sure you guys stay followed right here for more Escape from Tarkov news. Thanks for watching as always, guys. Peace and love. Bye.